Hey all my crafty friends, welcome to another episode with me, Marquita of Marquita Makes. I'm so happy to have you here with me in my little corner of the internet. On my channel, I mainly talk about crochet. I dibble and dabble in lots of other things. Planning, decorative planning is one of them, and I also like to make jewelry from time to time, but mainly I crochet. I recently picked up knitting, so I'm still struggling in that department, but because of you, all those knitters out there that share with me all your tips, you have been so helpful. I knitted my last scarf last week and I shared it with you guys. So thank you very much. So if you are new to this channel, I hope that you enjoy the content that you'll see on this channel and decide to subscribe. I host giveaways from time to time when I'm able, and they are mainly for the subscribers of my channel. Every now and then I think I'll run one where you won't have to be a subscriber, but as for now, they're for the subscribers. So thank you so much for joining me again today, and I'm very happy to have you here and show you what I have been working on. Hey friends, I finished recording and forgot to share with you guys that Mandobug of the asymmetrical shawl that I was working on last week. She is hosting a giveaway for reaching 1,000 subscribers. I'm so excited for her. And on top of that, she's so generous. You don't have to be a subscriber in order to enter this giveaway. She's giving away yarn from Hobie that she used to create the asymmetrical shawl. So that is going to include that beautiful mohair that she was using. So please be sure to check out our channel, like the video, show her some support, show her some love, and hopefully you will win the giveaway prize and be able to make it too. The pattern for the shawl is free on her website, and it's also a free pattern tutorial on her YouTube channel. So be sure to show Amanda some love and check it out. Tell her that I sent you if you're not already subscribed to her channel already. She's really great. She does everything. She knits, she crochets, she spins, she does diamond painting. She's just awesome. So we're really happy for you, Amanda, if you see this. Congratulations. Congratulations. Well, we'll go back to the video now. Bye-bye. So I have to start by saying, yay! We got through another month. This is the end of October, but sadly, I did not complete my socks for Socktober. But I will say this, I am very proud of myself for finding a pattern, taking a shot at a pattern, because I was really intimidated by patterns for quite a few years, because now that I know what I know, they just weren't very well written. Beautiful patterns, great, but for beginners, even some intermediate crocheters, they just weren't well written. But I have to say, the Rundle Sock pattern by Deanne, I want to say her name right, Deanne Ramsey, is a great one. It's very thorough. Deanne's pattern is so thorough that when you think about doing something because you think it'll make your life easier and the pattern easier, she stops you before you do it. Like, for instance, where you think, oh, I should just put a single crochet here, it'll even things up, la la la. Just like, oh no, you want to do it this way, it's gonna be such and such. So either she is just brilliant, and she probably is, I'm sure she is. Deanne, you're great, you're brilliant, but I'm pretty sure she has some really great testers too. So that right there, it's just like, how would one person be able to come up with a way to write a pattern that can relate to so many different people? I'm really starting to see the benefits in finding pattern testers. So anyways, with that being said, I'll show you my progress on my socks, the Rundle socks that I've been making following this paid for pattern by Deanne Ramsey. So here I am with one sock, and let me unwrap this. And the thing is, what has really slowed me down, besides a few projects that I've completed that I want to share with you guys for a very good cause, one is a gift, I was working two at a time. So I realized with this finger and weight yarn, gorgeous, look at like little puppets, gorgeous yarn by Flower Garden Yarns, I was able to purchase a sock set a little while ago. not like a year, I don't think it's been a year ago, but a sock set, and this was the contrast color that come with it. It's so gorgeous. And if you notice here, they're little speckles. You see little speckles? I love the speckles. So the Rundle Sock, this is the front. You can see it's like a ribbing effect here, and it will run up the front and then after the heel up around the leg. So this is where I am. So I'm almost to the gusset, which I really didn't know much about what that was until I looked into it from following this pattern, and noticed that in a lot of knitting terms for the socks, that's another term that's used. So that's kind of what was slowing me down, was that I was working them two at a time. And the reason was because I didn't want to get what some people call second sock syndrome and just not want to finish, because that's what actually happened with my mittens this past winter that I still have not finished, that I hope to finish before December when it's really like biting cold. But that's a really, really good pattern, especially from someone that was so insecure about following it. It's very well written. It's worth every penny. She's very experienced and good. So I have to recommend it. So thorough. So thorough. And I hope that you enjoy the pattern if you decide to purchase it. And let me know if you made it before or if you're thinking about making it. Well, the next thing I want to share is another finished object. Y'all know my favorite color is fall. And so I was really inspired by the fall colors that were used by Norse Knits. And she actually made a wrap, a fall colored wrap with Furl's Wander palette, Autumn Wander palette. Well, it's 100% acrylic, and I tend to use more natural fibers because of the climate in Alabama. So I shared with you guys yarns from the Universal yarn. This is the Deluxe Bulky. I'll grab one of the labels, one of the ball bands. Deluxe Bulky Superwash. So it's not Superwash Merino, but it's Superwash. And each ball was 106 grams. Excuse me, 106 grams. Was 100 grams, 3.5 ounces, 106 yards. And it is a size 5 bulky. Now, let me make sure I got that right. This color, rosy mauve. So my favorite color of this scarf is the terracotta. And the next color that I used, I want to make sure I get them right. I didn't use that one. No, I didn't use that one either. I think this was another one that I used. No, that's the terracotta. So maybe that was all. So, oh, okay. So this was the terracotta. This was the Adobe. And this color was the rosy mauve. And I think I got that right. So if you notice, I pointed out those main colors. So I used the entire, except for the rosy mauve, I used the entire donut for these. Why does that color look like that? Huh, I'm not sure. But I used the entire donut to make these two sections, these two sections, and then this middle. So I had wanted a wrap, but due to the lack of yarn, I had to settle with a scarf that I'm not upset about at all. I really love it. You know, these are my colors. But if you notice, there's extra added color for contrast that I use with the Big Twist Arcade. And the colorway was Rust Natural Multi. And I used it here and also in the tassels. So I designed this so that it was a mirror, like a mirrored image, and the mirror starts here, and this would actually be on the back of my neck. And so both sides have this pattern. Both sides have this pattern. And I would like to say that this worked up fairly fast, fairly quickly, but what slowed me down was the stitch that I decided to use. I was looking for a stitch that I'd never worked with before, and this particular one is called the Closed Moss Stitch, and I found it while watching a tutorial with Phanessa. She is an amazing knit and crochet designer. I love her work so much, and she's so patient, so inspiring. I love everything she does. And it is such a simple pattern. All that you do is you have to chain an even number of stitches, so 20, 22, whatever it is, and that's what I did. I think I chained 20. And then you always work the first stitch as a single crochet, the next stitch as a half double, and then back to the single, half double, all the way to the end. So you're going to start with a single crochet and you're going to end with a single crochet. And that's what gives it such a clean edge. I really like the chunky toothiness of this scarf. It is thick and oh, it just feels so good and so squishy. I'm really excited about wearing this piece. Now, I do have a slight wool allergy, nothing that puts me into an anaphylactic shock or anything like that. It just can burn a bit if the wool has not been treated, and little itches, just a little. So this is what I have to say about this 100% superwash wool, not merino. Merino's not an issue with me. This wool, to me, it is scarfable, but I wouldn't say it's next to skin softness that I would like for a sweater. And I actually chose this stitch because I wanted to wear it with more crochet sweaters, but I wanted the scarf to hold its own and stand out, and I think it will, because I was going to choose very simple stitches for the crochet sweater. But this will, I love the look of it. I love the texture. So if you're interested in trying the stitch, if you haven't before, be sure to check out Phanessa's tutorial, and of course I will list it below. Oh, look at these colors. So I'm getting a little thirsty. I am very pleased. Oh, it's so good. I'm very pleased with how that turned out. That's one scarf, and I don't make very many rectangular scarves, but I made another one that I don't have on hand because my daughter took it. It was hers. It was her gift. She loves this My Hero Academia, and she wanted me to make her an All Might scarf, Deku's All Might scarf. So I shared it on my Instagram, but I'm going to share it here with you. This is what I have to say. I couldn't really wear it and enjoy it because it's 100% acrylic. It's not bothering her so much, but I would have never thought that I would like the color contrast as much as I do. It is so pretty, and I'm really inspired to make something very similar for myself in, my colors. That's really pretty. But I'm very happy to make it for her. She loves it. That makes me feel so good. My daughters, all of them, are very crochet worthy. They really are. And I really appreciate them for taking such good care of the things that I make for them. And that's why I like to make something I know someone will like, because they already like it. And then they appreciate it and love it, and they feel all that love you put in it. Yeah. I had my proud mama, happy mommy, mother-daughter bonding, but she did get on my nerves, bugging me like over and over. Like I stayed up till like 2 in the morning finishing it because she was bugging me about it so bad. And then she snuck and looked at it in the bag because I had it had it in my super cute TARDIS police box bag. She snuck and looked in the bag, pulled it out, and tried it on and everything before I could put the tassels on, so that was her job, to put the tassels on. But anyways, I still have yarn in the bag because now she wants me to make her some socks, which I tried to talk her out of because I know she's going to want the really long ones. And see, that's how come I haven't finished these socks. Because I had a commission piece working on this. I just couldn't put the yarn down. It's so nice, and I was just so inspired by the autumnal colors outside. I had to make it. Plus what she wanted, plus this. Hopefully I can share you guys some finished socks soon. But do you remember my pumpkin cheesecake wrap that I was working on? Well, it's not going to be a wrap. It's going to be a blanket because I don't know what I was thinking, but I didn't measure this right, and so it's not long enough to be a wrap. And then when I thought about it, I think I would actually like it more as a blanket. This stitch marker I use to remember what crochet hook I'm using, because I'll use one crochet hook for several projects and can't remember which one, you know, to have to keep the same tension. Oh, all the projects I frogged because I couldn't remember the, you've been there, I'm sure, because I couldn't remember the crochet size and it ended up all wonky. But anyways, it'll be a blanket. Oh, and I'm sorry, this was using Lion Brand Pound of Love. I don't know where my brain went. Lion Brand Pound of Love and Pumpkin Spice, and this is a cotton yarn from Hobby Lobby, and this colorway is called Soft Gardenia. It's 100% cotton. So hopefully in November I'll be finishing that up. I've been working on my mom's Aretha Franklin inspired what do you call it? Poncho. A little bit here and there too. But what I also want to share with you, but first, I'll share this with you. One of my more recent purchase, I didn't just get this, and there's a story behind it, is a Notions bag from, let's see here, a Notions bag from, there it is, a Notions bag from We Crochet, which I love, and you can see inside. Do you see the crochet hooks? Isn't that adorable? So as you can tell, it holds a whole lot. It fits everything. I mean, easily with lots and lots of room. I mean, you can pack it if you want. But two, I also picked up another project bag. It matches it from We Crochet. I'm looking for the emblem. It's right here in the front. See? Let me tell you, I needed project bags for sweaters. Like even my Nimoy bag, if I can't work on several sweaters at once, and I like to start at least the collar and keep all the yarn balls, hanks, whatever, skeins together. And so I wanted a bag for my sweater, and I have some that were reusable from like Joann, but they were starting to get a little worn. They were like $1. So I thought I would invest in this, especially because it was on clearance for, I forgot what it was on clearance for, like $13. It's a faux leather. I still got the tag on it. Does it say? It's an everyday tote. Versatile bag, big enough to fit more than just your essentials, while the classic design will complement any outfit. This is so true. And I don't know if you guys noticed, I didn't notice it until earlier in this week. I have worn this color in a shirt for the past like 2 or 3 podcasts. I really like this mustardy yellow, and they were all different shirts. This is just crazy. So anyways, this is the saffron. This was $5. And at the time I bought it, because I've had it for a minute, I'm going to explain why I haven't shared it yet. I think I also got an additional 20% off. So that's why I don't normally talk about the prices I don't normally talk about the prices because they changed so much, but this is what happened with the bag. So this bag holds really two sweater quantities worth of yarn. It stopped here. Look at how much more room is left. Two sweater quantities worth. I love this bag, but when I received it, it was factory sealed, and it had a, I guess it was a factory smell from how it was produced that was not very pleasant. But being how we crochet We Crochet is an amazing company. I wrote in actually not to get an exchange or return. I just wanted some pointers as to how to remove the scent. Well, they did give me pointers on how to remove it, but they still sent a replacement bag, and that meant so much to me. And they also said I didn't have to return the one that I had. So now I actually have two of each, because both of the smaller and large had that scent, and I really do appreciate it. And they're gorgeous bags, so well made. And I explained all that to them when I asked for tips on how to remove the smell. And I did use, let's see if I have it here, I did use some essential oils from the Poopery. I know it sounds so funny, but it's a really good blend of essential oils, a little bit of alcohol. But if you have something, it could work about the same. And I also flipped it inside out to air it, and I aired it for quite a few days. And I also put it in the freezer, and that was another tip that I was given, to put in the freezer. But I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Such a great company. Thirsty, you guys, sorry. But I want to share that with you guys. Oh, and in my cup today, I've tried a new tea from Harney & Sons. It's the tiramisu. A friend of mine, Gail Ann, if you're watching, thank you so much for sending me a sample of the tea. It was delicious. She actually sent me a different flavor, and it was the hot cinnamon decaf on top of decaf. She knows me so well. I loved it so much that I signed up for the newsletter. They sent me a coupon, and I bought a few that were clearance, and some I just really wanted to try samples. And I didn't spend very much to get, I think it was 3 samples and 110, maybe it was like $15. I was very impressed because it's a gourmet tea. They even have, I think, a 1-pound bag of tea. So there's a variety from sample, tins, pounds of loose leaf, and I'm really enjoying it. This tiramisu is absolutely delicious, and I don't believe there's any sugar added. I haven't added anything to it. It literally tastes like tiramisu, like coffee cake. It's delicious. Another thing I like about it is that they also show you how to brew the tea. So if it's, whether it's a white, black, herbal, they'll tell you how many degrees that you should boil the tea on, which is so important to me because I've burnt so many delicate teas that it'll have like a bitter taste to it when it never should, like white tea. I never go over 77 degrees Celsius, but 77, you're going to get the full flavor of a white tea. I just love it. I guess I just had to share. So I also want to share one more project that I've been working on. You guys have seen me share from time to time yarn from Joanne that's called Buttercream Luxe Craft Cozy. This particular colorway is 50% superwash merino, and I found it on clearance, which was great, but I'm sad at the same time because there are so many things I would like to use with this huge bulky yarn. It is 87 yards, 200 grams, and it's classified as a 6 super bulky. When I first used this yarn, I used it to make the Marley version I use it to make the Nicolaj Harley sweater, which I made my Marley sweater in its Tunisian crochet knit stitch pattern that I designed to mimic theirs. It's not exactly like it, but I really like that crisscross look. So anyways, this was the yarn I used. Now, this is not the same color, but I did know that I loved it. So when I went back to Joann's to look for more of this yarn, it had been clearanced out. I didn't even see it previously, and I knew I wanted to use it to make a coat. Now, I had made for my friend the Harry Styles cardigan previously, a year before, and I really don't like those particular color choices, but I did learn a lot from making it. So I knew when I finished hers that I was going to make a patchwork cardigan at some point for myself, but I knew I wanted thicker yarn. So when I saw those yarns on clearance earlier this summer, I nabbed what I could get. The only thing is I only could get what I could get. So with the limited color choices I have, although I love them, I still was not able to make exactly what I wanted. And I'm going to show you what I mean now. So I just showed you one ball, and that colorway is called Wine. Gorgeous. So y'all know I love tweed. I've fallen in love with tweed, and there's some gray. So I've been using the tweed wine. Only had one ball of the black. I mainly found the wine and a little bit of the tweed and some of the gray. Now, like the Harry Styles cardigan, I created my patches and panels. And if you notice here, I didn't make the patches because I wanted to make the sleeves one solid color, but I didn't have enough yarn to make one solid color, but I just wanted a similar look to a solid. So I didn't make patches. That's just what I wanted. I don't know why, but I didn't make the patches. So I just worked in the round. No fancy stitches, simply double crochet. Because this yarn it's a roving and it gives so much definition. You just really don't have to do a whole lot. It makes the whole look, itself. But what I did was I worked 4 panels. So I made a square of 5 double crochet rows, and then I changed the color here, worked more, changed the color there, worked more, and then when I finished 4 different panels, can you see the 4th? When I finished 4 different panels, I sewed them together along the side, and you can see that here on the inside where I sewed them together on the side. So then I worked the front 2 panels, sewed them together, and then sewed the back and side up to where my arm would go, and I left that open. Did that on both sides. Now where I went wrong, despite not having the colors I want, which wasn't me going wrong, but where I went wrong was I started my sleeve on the outside when I normally started underneath. So I can see I didn't make the stitch invisible enough, but I'm okay with that because you can't really see it unless you know what to look for. But I haven't finished the sleeve on this side, but that's okay. And I only had that one donut of black. So when I finished the 4 panels on the back, I worked the black across the top and across the bottom. And I did the same thing with the front panel here. And I'll put it on for a hot second so you can see so far how it's looking, because I'm not ready to take pictures of it yet. And I'll move my shirt out of the way so you can see the collar. Now the collar, I've been thinking about maybe putting a button here. You can see having that open. and then even button it down. I just don't know yet how I want to do it. And so far it's a bit cropped, which I really don't mind too much, it being cropped, but I don't know if I want to sew the collar a little more here. I'm just not sure yet. But that's where I am with this. I am trying not to wear out my coats. Like, I have a Kenneth Cole coat that's 100% wool minus the lining, and I just don't want to wear it out. You know, I want it to last quite a few years, and so I wanted to make myself another wool coat because that's what keeps me warm in the winter is wool. I want to make another wool coat, and I think that's it. The only thing is, I think I do want, I just don't know yet if I want that to be cropped or not, and I still have enough yarn to work around, to work the bottom, to maybe go down my bum a bit. I'm just not sure exactly how I want to do it, what I want to do. I don't know. I don't know. But yes, that's what I've been working on lately. I also want to say that Connie of Just Another Stitch, I mentioned her previously on another episode where she made a knit out of this world beanie, a knit out of this world alien beanie pattern that actually I had given away to the winner of the Baby Yoda prize that when Nina wanted to have a giveaway. I forgot to mention it in an episode. But she has a pattern, so please be sure to check out her channel if you would be interested in creating a crochet version of the Out of This World Alien beanie, which is so funny I bring up because the new season for Doctor Who is going to be on October 31st. And I just know that I can't remember what it's supposed to be about. I saw a little snippet on Instagram that it said the flux, beware of the flux. So I've got to look into that and see what's going on. I'm so excited about the new season. I think Jodie Whittaker is only going to be on one more season with them, and I really enjoyed her as a new doctor. This has been great. But anyways, I'm going to enjoy her, enjoy it, hopefully. And I hope that you guys have enjoyed everything that I've shared in this video and possibly even been inspired. Hope that you be sure to give this video a thumbs up because your likes make my channel accessible to others. They'll be able to see me if you like this, as well as if you decide to subscribe, I always say it. Subscribe to this channel. I really appreciate that too. But I think I'm going to close it out now, and my tone is a little bit lighter because this time when I'm recording it is the evening and I'm going to get ready to put the kids down. Maybe I'll give them a few more minutes because I did give them some cookies not too long ago. Well, anyways, thanks again, you guys. I hope that you are making sure to keep yourself safe and your family safe if all possible, and that you're in good health. And I hope to see you again in the next episode. Y'all take care, and I'll see you. Bye-bye.